the savior of our nation, had royal aspirations, came and made a proclamation, aimed at our extermination. She had a gown, and the king made a vow, so they called the cops, and we all drank some schnapps. Good thing we know how this ends, good thing the queen has some friends, now we hum and touch him, make lots of noise for this forum. Good thing we know how this ends, good thing the queen has some friends, now we hum and touch him, make lots of noise for this forum, eat yummy snacks for this forum, sing all these tracks for this forum, wear funny hats for this forum, stand here with shirts for this forum.
The top songs, the best stories, the hottest guests, the yummiest nachos. This is America's Top 40, coming to you live as we do every week on WJEW.
WJEW, is that what you're wearing?
Hello, and I'm your host, Rivka Seacrest. This week is, of course, the week we celebrate Purim, the Jewish festival of three-cornered snack bakers, noise makers, shiksa-fakers, queen-cakers, Jew-forsakers, faith-wakers, and, of course, Zopstick hip-shakers. And tomorrow, whoever wrote all this for me is going to get some jawbreakers. Now, folks, our story begins in the town of Shushan in Persia, where King Ahasuerus and all his subjects just finished having the party that lasted for 3 weeks. Now, that's some kind of Lindsay Lohan serious style of partying, if you ask me. And the king had figured out the perfect way to finish things off. Well, he nursed the kind of vicious headache that you can normally only get from listening to Kesha. King Ashi asked his queen Vashti to do a little dance for him. The queen, however, was nursing her own headache, and his name was Ahasuerus. Yes, that was a joke. Her headache, however, was anything but.
Come on out, my queen, Vashti, the sun is out. It's so very, very, very bright. Come enjoy it.
You deserve a real tongue lashing for getting me out of bed. And don't get any ideas.
My queen, I just dreamed up the perfect way to close out our giant party. Dance for me.
You woke me up for that? I was busy dreaming the perfect ending to this party.
Vashti, please, I beg you. Suck it in that. All right, well. Vashti, my queen, I beg you.
Don't call me that anymore. I want to be known as Miley Cyrus.
I'll call you anything you like, but first, how about a little cha-cha?
How about a little nada?
If you don't dance, I will have you banished to Never Never Land.
Do what you want, but I prefer Sleepy Hollow.
It's her party, she can do what she wants. It's her party, she can do what she wants. It's her party, she can do what she wants.
I know you want to see me on the dance floor, but you ain't going to stop till you see more. But I'm not going to pop, Your Highness. Got a pain in my sinus. It might be bronchitis. I might have had 1 too many. Or maybe I had 6 too many. I might have had some wild turkey and a vodka martini. Nobody remind me. Guess I was boozy. I'm feeling woozy. Archie, can't you see? I don't really feel so good. You're such a creep. I need some sleep and I won't stop. 'Cause I can't stop. If I think about that restaurant punch, there's a good chance I'll lose my lunch. And I won't
than John Mayer and Jake Gyllenhaal at a Taylor Swift concert. One thing's for certain, the king and Vashti are never, ever, ever getting back together. And that meant one more thing. The king needed a new queen. And that's the kind of sleaze we love to talk about here at WJEW. WJEW is here, doctor. So Ahasuerus had a real dilemma. What do you do when you need a new queen? And there are no Kardashians available. I know, not such an easy question, right? But the king decided to hold a big contest in town square so he could pick a new queen. And nobody was happier to hear about this than Mordecai. Nice guy, Mordecai. A little bit weird. He wore a lot of black. And you know, last I checked, it wasn't 1985 anymore. But you gotta forgive the man his fashion fumbles because he was the guy who set the whole plan in motion. And that's where his niece Esther came in. Mordecai had raised Esther as his own child, and she was young and beautiful, and though she had many, many suitors, she could never find the right guy. Sort of like a biblical Jennifer Aniston. Oh, speaking of which, our good friend will be on the show next week, so tune in here on WJEW. WJEW, go call your mother. So with all Esther's suitors, Mordecai had an idea for one more, and boy, was it a doozy.
The king? Ahasuerus? That's who you want me to marry?
Sure. You know, sometimes I kind of feel like the king is almost Jewish.
That's like saying pork loin is almost kosher.
Okay, so it may sound crazy, but you have to admit, it's an inspired idea.
No, Uncle Morty, the clapper. That's an inspired idea. Casting Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. That's an inspired idea. This one is just nuts.
Esther, he's looking for a queen, and you're looking for a mensch. Ahasuerus fits the bill. You'll see. He's very gentle.
I'm sorry, did you say Gentile?
Esther, be reasonable. As long as you don't tell the king you're Jewish, the world will be your oyster.
Morty, did you have to use an expression that has shellfish in it? Please, I'm not his type. Let's leave it at that.
You're like a diamond in the sand.
I'm not a diamond in the sand. I play mahjong.
The king is gonna take your hand.
Uncle Morty, please. This is not The Bachelor.
But Esther, listen, in my eyes, you're a sensation.
You have macular degeneration. It's no use. It's not as if this is preordained.
You have to hear me, Esther. Please stop denying your fate.
Call me when the king is on J-Date.
Don't you see? You're gonna make some history, and you're gonna be royal.
Royal!
It's written in the book. You'll have him gnashing out your hands.
But all he's gnashing on is ham.
Listen to your uncle.
Uncle!
You can be Queen E. You'll improve.
Improve, improve, improve.
Our life expectancy.
So with a pitch like that, what could Esther do?
I could refuse. That's what I could do.
Well, yes, she could. But then, where would we all be? So she took Mordecai's advice and thought about the contest. Meanwhile, the crowd gathered to see who the king would choose. At first, he would shout things out like, "You're going to Hollywood, baby!" But then he winnowed down the field more and more until there were only a few left. We were going to whisk them back to their hometowns, but then the unexpected occurred.
Sure, I just met you, but I feel tingly. I'm very single. You're very tingly.
Okay, no attention.
I'd be the perfect virgin first lady.
Why choose anyone with such good spots? I'll be your favorite, a ballerista.
Oh, that and sugar enough will drive you bonkers. So let's get married and move to Yonkers.
I want to be in your life and make you so glad.
Make you so glad. Oh, you should know that.
I want to be in your life and make you so glad. And you should know that. I'll make you so, so glad.
Such incredible choices. And yet I can't help but feel something is missing.
Not anymore.
And who might this be?
Esther, Your Highness, your future queen is on the prowl. I'll be your sensation, your validation, your exclamation, and your proclamation.
Well, now you have my admiration and my adulation.
How about a little elevation, implementation, and acceleration?
Yowza!
Do I have an expectation for confirmation?
Queen Esther, make your reservation. There's a new girl, she's here on the scene. I got a feeling she's gonna be my queen.
Ah, she, baby, your heart's forever mine. But don't ask about my fate, and we'll get along just fine.
My heart is swelling, you're so compelling.
You have me quelling, I'm gonna have it all.
You'll wear a coronet, I'll be your baronet.
I'm so fablungent, I'm gonna have it all. Rolling in the bling. Esther's got the world in her hand. And the big chair, right next to the chair.
Oh, sure, the big chair. Esther got it all right. And there was jubilation and adoration and, well, yes, celebration for everyone. Except, of course, Haman. Just how upsetting and out of control was this Haman guy? Well, do you remember when Kanye West stopped Taylor Swift's acceptance speech and said, I'm going to let you finish, and then told her why she shouldn't have won? Well, just multiply that by 1,000, and that's the kind of behavior we absolutely hate over here at WJEW.
WJEW, what you do to your hair?
Haman's beef, and it was a big one, had to do with our old unfashionable friend Mordecai. See, of all things, Mordecai had once actually saved the king's life. So the grateful Ahasuerus heaped all kinds of honors upon Mordecai, which made Haman very jealous. The way Nicki Minaj seemed to be jealous of Mariah Carey last season on American Idol! Sorry. Let's just say that Haman was very jealous. And so he and his wife Zeresh hatched a plan to get back at Uncle Morty.
You know what I like about that Mordecai character?
Absolutely nothing.
You've been listening to my jokes for way too long, my wife. But you're right. I hate the guy. Who wears black anymore? Huh. He probably wears white after Labor Day, too. If this was America's Top Model, Tyra Banks would have kicked him off the catwalk ages ago.
But that's just it. We have to find a different way that Mordecai is unfashionable. Like, maybe that he's a Jew.
The Jew thing! Of course, that's it! The Jews are always being persecuted. This should be easy. I'll convince the king that all Jews are bad and that they should be banished. And if I can somehow get him to throw Mordecai into the deal, it'll be a win-win!
But you can't stop there. You have to teach these folks a lesson. All the Jews should bow down to you. Haman the Great.
I like it. It's got a nice ring to it. But wait, is it better than Haman the Merciless? Oh, whatever, as long as it works.
I know, pretty crazy, right? Who would buy an idea like this one? Well, strangely enough, it was the king. And Haman not only convinced Ahasuerus Ahasuerus that the Jewish people should bow down to him, but he also had the king believing the Jews should then be killed and all their money go to the royal treasury. Now let's see. I wonder who happened to control the royal treasury. Oh, there it is. It says right here, the guy's name is H.A. Mann. That wasn't good at all. And also, not a line of behavior we here approve of at WJEW. WJEW, how much did that cost? But my opinion doesn't really count. Only Haman does. And he went into town to enjoy the bowing down of the Jews.
Those Jews are so annoying. What do you expect?
They forgot all their manners. I get no respect. I love to watch them bowing. This song is my jam.
It's not that I'm so evil. Well, maybe I am. I'll see you on the floor, the floor, the floor. I'll see you on the floor, see you on the floor. How I love to see you reflect you genuflect. The floor, the floor, the floor.
Don't do it! Don't bow down to him. He's a royal pain.
Oh, am I, Mordecai? At least I'm the one who's still standing. And when I'm through, you'll be swept away, along with the rest of the Jews. I'll see to that.
Oi! Woe is me.
Woe is right. Mordecai soon learned about Haman's plot to have all the Jews killed. And that news really hit Mordecai way below the belt.
Everybody now.
Oi, oi, oi! Oi, oi, oi! Oi, oi, oi!
Oh, my stomach is giving me a fright, and it smells like what I ate last night.
Maybe I'm feeling gassy. Maybe it's out of line. Maybe it's some kind of sign. That Haman's such a yes. Use me digestive issues. I feel it in my guts. I need more toilet tissues. Haman, his plan is evil. He don't need permission. That man, he keeps on saying, the only good Jews are dead Jews. I heard him talking. I see him stalking. Oh Lord, I need to hear your view. Can't let him get to us. He's trying to undo us. But I gotta gather up my Jew crew. We're gonna fight it. Zero will ride it. I need to gather my Jew crew. We gotta get ready. Give Haman a wedgie. An atomic wedgie.